This platform discusses any and all information that has been published to the public sphere. We will engage our viewers through the use of this public information. All videos, songs, and graphics used in the video belong to their respective owners. I claim ownership of all produced video content on this channel and video. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing.
HeSpoke Fashion. I'm telling HeSpoke Fashion. I'm telling HeSpoke.
This platform discusses any and all information that has been published. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Thank you all for joining us on tonight. I'm so happy to just embark on a new year, 2021, for HeSpoke Fashion. And listen, we have a great show in store for you. I just wanted to come to you tonight and just talk about what we're getting ready to go into. I mean, this year, this beautiful year of 2021, I know we're all excited, just as I am, about 2021 after such a tough year in 2020. But listen, I'm so glad you joined. Go ahead and hit like and share. Go ahead and tell Lottie Dottie and everybody that we're live and we're ready to talk about this year's topic that we're going to talk about in the series of shows this year. We're going to talk about the show The Bachelor. This year, guess what? This year, the first time in the 25 seasons of the show The Bachelor, they have the first African-American male that will be playing the role of The Bachelor this season. Yes, you heard it right. The first African-American is going to be hosting in The Bachelor for this season. A young man by the name of Matt James. Matt James, yes. Matt James, a former football player for Wake Forest. Yes, that's him right there. A former football player for Wake Forest. Brief career in the NFL. So we're going to talk about that. And you know what? As we go through this season, we want to talk about a few things that I feel will actually help you. Of course, the topic tonight was, would The Bachelor choose you? And I know when you saw that question, you said, well, why wouldn't he choose me? That's a very good question to ask. And I'm going to help those that don't have the answer yet. I'm going to help you find the answer to that question. Why? Because I really care about women. And we at HeSpoke Fashion, it is women's fashion from a man's perspective. Yes, from a man's perspective. And so as the series goes through this year, we're going to talk about, the women that's on the show. What do they present? And how do they represent for The Bachelor, Matt James? As you can see tonight, we're all dressed up. I changed my attire. It's the new year. I'm ready to toast this new year in. And I guess my guest host, as you can see, my co-host rather, you can see she's dressed up. She's wearing the latest in Saint Laurent. So come on, ladies, give her some likes. Give her some likes. Come on, do you like her outfit or what? Okay, I think I dressed up pretty good. I picked that out myself. So we're just excited again. And again, the question is, would The Bachelor choose you? Let's put him back up there. Would The Bachelor choose you? First of all, let's go into this a bit more. Let's look at this. Would The Bachelor choose you? Well, I just want to give you really brief here tonight. I want to give you 2 points. 2 points. And they are things to help you create the right vibe. First of all, we have to define what a vibe is. What is the vibe? What is the definition of the word vibe? Now, many of us, we have different definitions. We've seen the magazine vibe, but I do know that vibe is twofold, right? First of all, there's the vibe, the definition means a general feeling that you get from a person or place. And you've heard that saying before. You say, hey, we're vibing. But a vibe is twofold. It is, first of all, it is your personality. What type of personality, what type of charisma does that person have? I'm sure, ladies, when you're looking at maybe a potential mate or potential husband, you look into persona. What type of personality do they have? What type of charm do they have? But other than that, there's another part. That is the visual part, right? I know. I said this before. We men are visual creatures. We are. And let me tell you, you are too. You're visual too. However, it is the fact that you change over from being visual to you go a little bit deeper sooner. You get away from the aesthetics sooner than most men. But guess what? Don't judge us because it takes us a little bit longer to stop thinking about those hips, lips, and fingertips. You know what I mean? It takes us a little bit longer. But we're trying to see if we can create the right vibe, right? So as we go through the show this year, the show starts Monday night. And as we go through the show this year, we're going to see what type of vibe the Bachelor, Matt James, we're going to see what type of vibe he gets off and gives, first of all, to the women, and what they give back to him. What type of vibe. And then we'll be able to determine, before the end of the show, I believe that we'll be able to determine who is the winner. Right. Yeah, we're going to do that here. So come on, just go ahead and like and share and tell all of your friends so that they can join us in this discussion. But let's talk about creating the right vibe. Creating the right vibe. First of all, like I said, creating the right vibe, 2 points I just want to give you tonight. First of all, it is that you have to dress well. Now, that's relative. Dressing well is relative. The way you dress says everything about you. If you dress horribly, then people, guess what? They treat you horribly. And if you dress like you respect yourself, other people will respect you too. So we're going to see right off the bat, right? We're going to see how they're dressed. And I want you to, take note of that. And then as we go along, when we start to get engaged in depthly, we'll be able to understand, hey, if they're dressing well, the way you dress changes your mindset. And we talked about that before. It changes your mindset as well. And when you're dressed to kill and ready for action, well, then guess what? You're ready for action. When you're dressed to stay in the house and stay in for the night, we've seen that. You see people that look like they wore their night clothes during the daytime. Then that's often what you end up doing, right? If you're dressed to stay in, then you often end up staying in, right? Because you're getting no one's attention, right? Nobody's giving you the attention. And if they are, they're giving you off the bad intention, right? The attention. You don't want the bad attention, right? They say, just take a picture on the sneak and post it, online. No. You want the right type of attention. You want the attention that you deserve as the beautiful butterfly that you are. That's what we want to help with. So again, 2 quick points here. First of all, you want to dress well. That helps create the right vibe. And then secondly, I want you to understand, this is very important now, effort. You want to take the effort. Yes, you want to take the effort. And listen, we appreciate the effort that comes, and that gives us that extra vibe, right? It makes the male feel like, yeah, she took the effort to look good tonight. She took the effort to present or represent herself in a way that she knew that I was going to adore. Yes, that's right. And so an effort, it doesn't matter if you have the best conversation. Listen again. Because most of you, I know my audience, you beautiful butterflies, are intelligent women. And you can hold a great conversation. However, It doesn't matter if you have the best conversation skills ever. If your fashion sense is off, you won't get the attention that you deserve. Guys will lose interest before you even say hello. Did you hear what I said? Before you even say hello, we will lose interest if we don't sense that you put in the right effort. Let's put that photo back up of Matt James. He looks like he takes an effort to present himself. He looks like it takes an effort for him to work out, to pick out the right clothing, to keep himself well-groomed. It takes effort. And so listen, if you don't put in the effort, if you don't put in the work, then guess what? We won't pay you any attention. Before you say hello, guess what? We've already lost our desire, and we've given our attention to perhaps someone else, all right? It's all about pride, excuse me. An attractive woman takes pride in her appearance. Did you hear what I said? An attractive woman takes pride in her appearance. She puts in the effort to look great every day. And when you feel proud, you will no doubt have a better over pride or over vibe. You will be able to have this vibe that we're talking about. That's what we're talking about tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Creating the right vibe. Would the Bachelor choose you? Would he choose you? Do you have what it takes? Listen, I'm glad that you joined us tonight for this brief show tonight. We just wanted to come on and greet you and say Happy New Year to everyone, all of my butterflies. Come on and give me some claps. Give me some love. Give me some hearts there. Come on, we just want to say Happy New Year. Thank you for joining us. And listen, I like to leave with a funny story. Let me tell you this quick story real quick. I was on a plane. I was coming from Las Vegas, I believe it was, and I was going into North Carolina. And I was on the same flight with a very popular rapper / actor. And I saw him on my way past first class. Yes, believe it or not, I wasn't sitting in first class. And I passed by, but I made note of it. And at the time, I had started my own independent label, record label. And at this time, I had two potential great rappers, one male, one female, very good rappers. I'm not a rapper, but I love music. And I can tell you right now, if you sent me a song right now, I could tell you whether or not it's going to be a hit or not. Rapper, gospel, R&B singer, it doesn't matter. I can tell you whether or not it would be a hit. So anyways, the short of the story is that I said, you know what? I made up my mind. I'm going to speak to this rapper / actor. And when I deplaned, I knew the first class went out, but I was right behind first class, so I knew I would be out soon after. And if it was just a quick, run to catch up with this particular person, I would do just that. So guess what I did? As soon as I was able to get out and deplane, I jumped off the plane, and lo and behold, this rapper actor was right outside of the gate. I was so happy. I was ecstatic. I was excited. I said, this is my chance to get this introduction to perhaps maybe work with this particular rapper actor to get my artist on his label. So guess what? His bodyguard was standing there, pretty big dude. But the rapper himself is a big dude. I didn't know he was this big. I was a little bit intimidated. Believe me, I was a little bit intimidated when I saw the guy. But I said, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I walked up to him and I said, hey, are you? And he kind of nodded. I said, listen, I'm a big fan of yours. Now, that's a half truth. It was a half truth. I wasn't a big fan, but you get my drift. I wanted to make this connection. I was networking. And I said, I introduced myself. I said, I'm Daylon, and I have my own independent label. This is the name of it. I have two great artists, and, we would love to work with you. And I went into my whole spiel, and I went on, and then he stopped me. He said, listen, man. Now, he didn't say man. He said something else. He said, I don't even know you. When he said that, my face hit the floor. And I'm telling you, I was broken. But in that moment, this is a moment that fashion saved me. He looked down at my sneakers, and I had on the particular sneakers, and he said, I like those sneakers. He said, I'm just messing with you. He took his man, his bodyguard, and he said, in his pouch, he took his pouch, and he handed me a card. And listen, if things would have been different, perhaps those rappers would be on his label. Would you like to know who that rapper was? I bet you would. I'm not going to be funny. I'm going to tell you the rapper was 50 Cent. And 50 Cent is a big guy. I'm 6 feet. 50 Cent is about 6'2". He's a pretty big dude. Don't mess with 50. Listen, we're glad you joined us on tonight. Listen, remember those 2 points. And check the show out on Monday night and tell me what you think. Did they have the right vibe? Were they well dressed? And did they put forth an effort? Glad you joined us tonight. This is it for us on this very first show of 2021. And we'll see you again on next Friday. Good night.
HeSpoke Fashion. I'm telling HeSpoke Fashion. I'm so bad. HeSpoke Fashion. I'm telling HeSpoke.